Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to crochet a beanie today for a preemie baby, and I am going to use a number 2 yarn, which is a baby yarn, and white color. This is an acrylic. If you don't have acrylic, use a cotton. And also a number 5mm crochet hook. This is a H8 5mm, and also size G 4.0mm crochet hook for the brim, and a scissor. This pattern I'm going to use the puff stitch and half double crochet stitch for the brim. Okay guys, if you are ready, let's begin. We're going to make a magic ring. Wrap around yarn on your finger twice. 1, 2, remove the ring, and with the larger size hook, which is 5mm, we are going to make 8 puff stitch into the ring. All right, so make a chain of 2. 1, 2. This is not counted, and make 4 loops. Wrap around yarn on hook, insert hook into the ring, pull up yarn. We have 3 loops on hook, wrap around yarn on hook, insert hook into the ring, pull up yarn. We have 5. Repeat it twice. Wrap around yarn on hook, insert hook into the ring, pull up yarn. 2, 4, 6, 7. One more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We have 9 loops on hook, and then through all loops and chain 1. Now we made the first puff stitch. We are going to make 7 more into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Chain 1. Okay, make 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and throw loops and chain 1. Okay, go ahead and make 5 more, and then I will meet you for the joining. Okay guys, I have my 8 puff stitch. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we are going to close the ring. We have 2 strands here. One is in the outside, and one is in the inside here. So the one from the inside, we are going to pull that halfway from left to right. Okay, and now we are going to pull the tail. Pull it tight. Now the ring is secured, and we are going to join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch. Join it with slip stitch. All right, and then slip stitch into the chain 1. Slip stitch into the chain 1 space. And now for the round 2, we are going to do an increase. So make a chain 2 and make a puff stitch into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, and then 1 more into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Now we did the first increase, and into the next space we are going to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Alright, now go ahead and repeat this in each spaces around. When you finish, you should have the total of 16 puff stitch around, okay? Go ahead and repeat this around and I will meet you for the joining. Alright, I finished my round and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 16 puff stitch around, and now join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch. And slip stitch into the next chain 1 space and make a chain 2. For this round 3, we're still going to do an increase, so make 2 puff stitch into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. And now into the next space, we are going to make 1 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain 1. And into the next space again, we are going to do an increase, so make 2 puff stitch into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Okay, into the next space, make 1 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. And into the next space, make 2 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain 1. This is how it looks like, guys. Okay, are you following me? Now make 1 puff stitch into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain 1. Now go ahead and repeat this pattern around. Make 2 puff stitch into the next space, 1 puff stitch into the next space, and 2 puff stitch into the next space with chain 1 in between. Okay, go ahead and repeat this pattern around and I will meet you for the joining. Alright guys, I finished my round and I have 24 puff stitch around. Now join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch and slip stitch into the next space. And now we are going to do 1 puff stitch into the same space. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw loops and chain 1. And 1 puff stitch into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, draw loops, chain 1, puff stitch into the next space again. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, puff stitch into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. We are going to make 1 puff stitch in each chain 1 spaces around. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Go ahead and continue your round, making 1 puff stitch in each spaces around. This is very easy to make, guys. Okay, now join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch. Alright, this is how it looks like now. This tail, you can hide it later when you finish the hat. Okay, now slip stitch 2. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. We have 24 puff stitch around. And for the next round, slip stitch into the chain 1 space and make a chain 2 and puff stitch into the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, puff stitch into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Go ahead and repeat this pattern around. Make 1 puff stitch in each spaces around with a total of 24 puff stitch. Go ahead and continue your round and I will meet you for the joining. Okay guys, I finished my round and I joined it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch. And for the next round, slip stitch into the next chain 1 space and make a chain 2. And I want you to repeat this last round that we just finished 3 more times. And always begin your work with slip stitch into the first space and chain 2 and puff stitch into the same space. Go ahead and repeat this last round 3 more times, and I will see you for the brim. Okay guys, I finished my round and I join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning puff stitch. And I have mine measures 4 inches long from crown to the bottom. I have 4 inches long. And now we can start for the brim with a smaller size hook, size G 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. We're going to make a chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch as joining, and make single crochet into the next space, single crochet on top of the next puff stitch, single crochet into the next space. Go ahead and make a single crochet in each puff stitch and each spaces around, okay? Go ahead and make your single crochet around, and I will see you for the next round. Okay guys, I finished my single crochet around and I have 48 single crochet around, and I join it with slip stitch into the beginning single. And for the next round, we are going to make a chain 2, and we are going to make half double crochet into the next stitch, and half double crochet into the next. Go ahead and repeat this around. Make 1/2 double crochet in each stitches around, and when you finish, you should have 48 half double crochet around. Go ahead and continue this pattern, finish your round, and I will meet you for the joining. Okay guys, I finished my 48 half double crochet, and now join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning chain 2 here. And for the next round, make a chain 2 and make 1 front post half double crochet into the next, and back post half double crochet around the next, front post half into the next, back post half, front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet. Go ahead and repeat this alternately. Front post half double crochet around the next stitch, and back post half double crochet around the next stitch. Okay guys, go ahead and repeat this around, and then when you finish, I will show you how to do the joining. Okay guys, I finished my round, and now join it with slip stitch on top of the beginning chain 2. Okay, I stop at front post half double crochet and then join it at the top of the beginning chain 2. Now for the next round, make a chain 2 again, and 1 front post half double crochet around the next front post, 1 back post half double crochet around the next back post, front post around next front post, and then back post. Go ahead and repeat this around again. front post, back post, front post, back post. And this is how it looks like. Okay guys, go ahead and repeat this around and I will show you how to do the joining. Okay guys, I finished my round. I stop at front post half double crochet. I join it with the slip stitch on top of the beginning chain 2. I lock my work here and cut my yarn. And this is how my hat look like. This measures 5 inches long from the top down to the brim, and it has 12 inches in circumference. And if you want your hat a little bit longer, you can add one more round of this puff stitch for the body and then continue working for the brim, or you can add a couple more round of the brim pattern. It's up to you guys. And this is how my hat look like. Alright, I hope you enjoy crocheting with me today. If you have a question about the stitches, just drop a comments and then I will try my best to respond as soon as I can. This is very easy to make anyway. So alright, thank you for joining me today guys. May you have a wonderful rest of your day and see you for my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.